Hello, hello, my lovely Aquarians. Welcome to Vivid Vibration. My name is Christina. I hope that y'all are doing well. Aquas. Sorry, just like adjust that a little bit. Anyways, y'all got the Orphan and the Desert, the Crone and Gnosis, and the Lover. And I feel like, and this has just been an energy, right? But it's almost this energy of like, this is what I want the most. And because this is what I want the most, this is what I'm going to mock. This is what I'm going to reject. This is what I'm going to question. However that plays out for you, because I feel like there are levels to that, right? You know, it's just kind of like you can tell a lot about a person by what they critique. And then once you understand that, it's like you're really careful about what you critique. You're like, oh, sorry. That is not an energy that I want to be imbibing. That is not an energy that I want to exist in. And sometimes I feel like we need to see things played back to us through other people's perspectives, right? Like I might feel a type of way. We'll use Karen as an example, right? Because I think that especially for women of color, like, and especially if you've experienced cultural appropriation in any way, like where it's like, this is my heritage. This is my ancestry. This is who I am. And what you did was take an idea of who I am and turn it into some like bastardized, commercialized version to make money off of it while robbing it of any true value. And that's not okay. Aquas, I feel like you've been faced with that in some form or fashion. I don't know, because I feel like old school Aquas, like my OG twin flame Aqua, very political and very much of the community, very much for the people, very respected amongst their peers, successful. It's like almost like they have the Midas touch. But even with the Midas touch, something doesn't feel right. Something feels off. Why? And I think going through a process, right? Going through the process of understanding like what feels off and why. Something is not right here. Something is out of alignment, and I can sense it internally, emotionally, spiritually. I can't put words to it yet, but I'm going to do everything I can to understand it so that I can put words to it and I can actualize it, because I know my aquas know some things about magic, and you know how powerful your words are. And I think that part of this recognition that you're experiencing is the power of the words that you speak, and how in opposition to your efforts you have been through the words that you have spoken. Something's just not quite right here. But I need to figure out what it is so I can get to where it is that I'm trying to be. Aquas. I love this because it feels so revolutionary. Like it feels so like, oh, I get it, I get it, I get it. That makes so much fucking sense to me. And there's like, I'm sorry, and I'm a nerd, so like, whatever. But like when you understand a concept that had eluded you previously, there is just like, oh my God, yes. You know what I mean? Like, it is the most mentally orgasmic experience that you could have, you know? You're just like, I fucking get it. And I get why I couldn't get it before, and I get why all these people couldn't get it either. Can't get it still. I get it. What a relief. What a relief. Aqua is here for that experience. Yes, thank you for sharing. Okay. Aquas. Okay. Ace of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, Seven of Swords, Seven of Pentacles, Ten of Swords, Two of Swords, Ace of Swords, Five of Cups. Well, okay. So feeling real confused about like where is this contention? Where is the issue? Where is all of the, like where are the things, right? I think of a read that you guys had, I don't know when. I couldn't even say. But I know it was about mirrors and the light hitting the mirrors in all the right ways until you finally get something. And I feel like something finally makes sense to you. And I kind of almost feel like it's through this lens of negativity. Like, what an unfortunate way to come to a realization. And yet it is what it is, right? Like, it's a lot of abandonment. It's a lot of lack. It's a lot of wounds, a lot of confusion, a lot of. But listen, aquas are the humanitarian sign, right? Like, you're the ones who you are for the people. You want to be of the people, and yet innately, by design, you are nothing like the people. You are outside of the box. You are outside of the way things should be. And so when the people herd, you respect the herd, you understand the concept of the herd, the benefit of the herd, but you're always outside of the herd. And so I feel like this like juxtaposition of like an attempt to reconcile this disconnect, right? Like I won't be outside of the herd because I will be of the herd. And when I'm of the herd, then I will impact the change. And yes, in theory, that should work. In practice, it hasn't gone so well. I've had a really difficult time understanding why. And yet, when you do understand why, and you're able to cut away with those things and allow for like the fullness of an understanding, because I feel like sometimes when you want to be for the people, right? Aquarius, for the people, of the people, all of the things. And somebody said something the other day that was really interesting to me. I want to say it was Cam White. Said something along the lines of Aquarians being like, as a stereotype, something very different during the era of the like the hippies and the free love, and how like for the people became just kind of like almost this motto. But if you take that into the more historical context of what the Aquarius sign stands for, it is very much of the people, of the herd mentality. And I think that when you realize like how that can be in conflict, like how is it that I can be outside of the box and of the herd mentality at the same time? When I feel like when you find the bridge to that disconnect, you're able to cut away with the confusion and really stand in the truth that allows for you to go towards a new opportunity. Because you don't feel, I think, and I say this lightly, because I feel like it could upset some people, but I don't mean it in to that degree. When you know what you can cut away with, that allows for a collective truth. You start to practice a little bit more discernment. Because I think a lot of the issue is always how do we combine the collective? Everybody has their own truth. Everybody has their own experience. Everybody has their own perspective. So how do you enable people to embody their individual qualities while collectively combining them in a way that powerfully impacts the collective? And I feel like these are questions that you've been asking yourself, ideas you've been mulling over, you know. I just feel like in your time, like in your spare time, like when you're sitting and you're just thinking, because you're not thinking about what you're doing or like where it is that you're going, but you're just like, you know, having a cup of coffee in the morning, like sitting, allowing the thoughts to come to you. You know, I feel like the thoughts that are coming to you are very much concerning the idea of the individual versus the collective, and where you fit into that and how you fit into that. What are your beliefs behind that? You know, I feel very contemplative about it all. But I think that the more that you contemplate, the more you realize that you've been seeking the same answer. And you've been uncovering what it is that you were trying to understand. And once you've done that, balance. And I love that Temperance, she's the cupbearer. She literally looks like the Aquarius. I think it's technically a Saggy card, but this one specifically very much has Aquarian vibes. Because I feel like a little bit of alchemy, a little bit of renewal, a little bit of this isn't out of reach. And I love that. Okay, Aquas. We have Empress, Ten of Pentacles, Temperance, again, King of Swords. Yeah. Balance, decision, abundance, stepping out, stepping up with an understanding that supersedes confusion and fear. And graces the world with abundance. It's delicious energy. The Temple. But I think it required you asking yourself, what is it that I worship and why? Why do I worship that? I feel like that's the answer that you're finally feeling like, or the question that you're finally feeling like you have an answer to. I love that for you. Aquas. If this does resonate with you, please do give me a like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for spending some time with me and sharing your energy with me. And I will see y'all again soon.